Hello everyone, Fancy here, you're watching Fantavision, and today I'm discussing what is going to happen in this Tales from Retail with retail after this whole crisis is over, which I have to keep saying crisis because I don't want to get demonetized. Hell, I'm probably demonetized already because I put the word pandemic in the title. Thanks, YouTube. Today I'm drinking the Stone Die Hard Fan IPA. It is delicious. It's 7.7% IPA with mosaic hops. It's good. There's no like flavor profile on the back for some reason. I don't know why. So what is going to happen? What is going to be different once all of this blows over? If it ever does, because there are people saying that this could be forever. This could be our life forever. Now, of course, we're not going to be in self-quarantine forever. At some point, we all have to leave our houses and get back to normal everyday life, despite the fact that there's a disease that we can't cure or get rid of. No, we are talking about, let's just talk about a situation where this is gone. Maybe we'll do both. We'll do both, fuck it. So what will retail be like if this all blows over? What is going to affect retail life permanently? And I'm talking about workers and customers. And let's start out with workers. You're not going to be wearing masks anymore. Nothing's going to be different. I think it's just going to be, we're going to go out and just say that right now. We've already got Walmart coming out and saying that the way they're dealing with it is they're telling people that somebody in their staff has it, and that's it. Congratulations. I don't even know why they're telling them that somebody's infected. I feel like that doesn't really help anything. I don't get it. You can't say who is infected because of HIPAA. So why even say that somebody's affected in the first place? I mean, if somebody's infected, they're infected, send them home. Send them home until it's gone. And then everyone's going to know who is infected because they're not showing up to work. You don't need to tell everybody. And if people ask, where's Fred? Just say he's out sick. Super easy in my opinion. I don't get why that's a difficulty. I think people in general working retail jobs are just kind of used to being put in this sort of situation, though. I remember during flu season every year when I was working at GameStop or Walmart, I didn't really have a choice. I had to go to work anyway, even though lots of people were getting sick, and I kind of just had to accept the fact that I was probably going to get whatever it was that was out there. When you're working in retail, you're dealing with lots and lots of different people, and so if it's flu season, you're going to get the flu. One thing I think that companies are going to do is maybe have hand sanitizer more available, but I think they're only going to be doing that for a few months as well. I don't think people wearing masks is going to be a thing a whole lot longer after this is all blown over. I think it will stick around again for a few months, but after that, everyone's just going to forget this ever happened and go back to business as usual because that's what we do. Same with the companies carrying hand sanitizer. I think they're going to do that for a couple months, and then there's going to be barely any hand sanitizer again, just like before. I feel like they're not going to stockpile anything, even though that would be the smart thing to do, because why not? It's cheap. Just stockpile some hand sanitizer, keep it readily available just in case something like this happens. I mean, the government needs to stockpile masks. They don't expire. They're paper. Just keep them around in case this happens again, so you're more prepared. But I don't think any of that's going to happen. I don't think any company is actually going to learn from what has occurred here. I don't think restaurants are going to keep their disposable menus if that's what they're doing right now. They're not going to keep their social distancing guidelines. They're not going to keep any of these things that are in place. All those things that you see in lines, they'll probably stick there for a bit. They'll get decrepit over time and they'll never be replaced, and they'll just be scraped off the floor at some point and everything will go back to normal. Vegas has already opened up and it's already crowded, and if you look at the videos of Vegas, nobody is wearing masks, or very few people are at least. Yeah, we're already getting close to life as usual for a lot of people. Not me, but I think we're going to see everybody just kind of go back to the way things were very, very soon, including retail. Now, as a shopper, I think people are going to stop wearing masks. I think social distancing is not going to be a thing anymore. They're going to get rid of all the things in stores that are directing people like which way to go down aisles, which I never went to Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in months. I've never seen this, but I've definitely heard it from a lot of different people that you can only go one way in aisles to avoid I mean, that's just stupid. I gotta. That's somehow enforcing social distancing. I mean, it's still gonna be packed, and you're still gonna try to get past people. It doesn't matter if it's a one-way thing. I get what they're doing, but it's just nobody's gonna follow that. It's Walmart. Seriously, you think people are gonna follow those instructions? The only real thing that I think is going to stick around are these plastic dividers. That is literally the only thing I think is gonna stick around for a while. And even those, I think once they start getting too dirty or falling apart, they're not going to be replaced. Human beings repeat history all the time. It seems like we rarely learn a lesson, and I feel like everything is just going to go back to normal. It doesn't matter if they continues to put people at risk when they're shopping or when they're working in retail stores, because people have like since the beginning fought against the fact that you have to wear masks in stores. I walked into a couple different stores a couple weeks ago, and nobody, like, there was like half and half wearing masks, and half the people wearing masks were not wearing them correctly. So it's just, even the stores that say you have to wear a mask, people were not wearing masks because people just like to rebel for the sake of rebellion. People are really stupid. And it's unfortunate that they're that stupid, but that's how human behavior is. If somebody is telling you not to do something or to do something, they like to do the opposite. It's really, really frustrating when it comes to public health and safety, but that is the world we live in. Good Lord, people acting like people are like comparing it to like slavery and all this like concentration camp stuff when all they're doing is being asked to wear a mask. Are you serious? That is your losing of your freedom? I mean, no shoes, no shirt, no service. You had no problem with that before. Why is a mask such a big deal? Anyway, end a rant there, but it's really frustrating to see people just not really give a shit about their fellow man because you don't know if you're sick. And they're just walking around like it's no big deal. Like, oh, well, I'm not feeling anything. I don't give a shit about anyone else. And that's the thing about how retail is going to react after all this is over. That's how customers are going to act after this is all over, because that's how places are acting now. Very few places are absolutely sticking to their you must wear a mask rule. Very few. Most of them are just completely relaxed because they don't want to get shot by some idiot. The only thing I think that will change about office life is the fact that more people might be working from home from now on, which would be awesome because it doesn't make any sense for a lot of people to be driving and commuting to a job that is literally just sitting on a computer and you can have all of your meetings online. My job the only way it's been affected is that I have a shitload more work because everything is digital now. There's no in-person trade shows. There's no in-person this, that, or the other thing. So every event that existed is now digital, and holy shit, I have to do a lot. But besides that, it's completely the same. So why would I ever go back to work except for just that's the way things are? And I feel like we are going to see some people working from home permanently. Some people are going to see that as their new daily life, but there's a lot of people that a lot of companies, I should say, that don't want that to be the new norm because it's new, because it's different, because people adapting to new and different things is incredibly difficult. I mean, people resist change like no other. But when it comes to something like this that makes sense, you should see a lot more people working from home because it's going to stop traffic from being as congested. People are going to waste a lot less time in their cars. There's going to be a lot less carbon emissions. There's going to be everything is a benefit of people working from home that can work from home. Seriously. It just makes sense. I mean, even companies can save money if they start getting smaller offices with less people in the building that have to be in the building, whereas everybody else can just work from home. But sadly, my company, as well as most companies out there, are not going to do that. As soon as this all blows over and is all back to normal, it's going to be back to normal. It's back to my 2-hour commute every day. Back to meeting in an office room instead of just over chat, even though it's the same thing. The only real thing that might stick inside of offices everywhere is less communal food, maybe. But even that, I just don't see people wanting everything to be different, and everybody's going to try to get back to the regular life as quickly as possible. A lot of people at my office, and I've seen this at a lot of, I mean, you see this on TV and like office episodes when there's like shared food. It's disgusting to me because it's just everybody's just sticking their fingers in it and everybody's touching it. And during this time, that would be very bad. And I thought it was gross beforehand too. So maybe offices are going to stop having collective food troughs, but I don't see that even changing. I feel like because, like I say, people are so resistant to change, so resistant to evolution and adaptation, we're just going to see the same thing happen again, and we're going to see this happen again. Because, again, this may never go away in one way or another. It may go away, but then come back later as the new seasonal flu. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see how people adapt, but this is my prediction on how offices and everything is going to adapt, because there are so many people that just want to get back in the office, and there are people right now that are working in the office, and I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me why you want to drive somewhere else to not talk to other people. Like, I guess some people in the office do, but if you're actually doing work, are you really talking to a whole lot of people? No, you're just on your computer, you're working away, and then you talk to people for like an hour on your lunch break, and then you go back to work again. And it doesn't make any sense to me, but I just feel like retail and offices are not going to change overall. I think this is going to be a temporary thing. Everything's going to go back to normal, for better or for worse. And I don't know if you can tell, but to me, it's for the worst. Seriously, I would love to work from home. It would save me a ton of time and a ton of money. I mean, with how resistant retail chains have been to even adapt to just the basics, I mean, do you really think they're going to do anything permanently? I mean, think about GameStop. When they weren't supposed to be open, they were still open. I mean, they weren't open, but they would have people give their credit cards at the door and do chip at door and just buy things at the door. They would use bags as gloves. A bunch of retail places don't care about the workers. They just don't. They care about profit. That's 99% of what companies out there just care about is profit. They don't care about the people that work for them. They don't care about anything like that. They don't care about safety of their customers. They just care about money. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, whether or not you think any big changes are going to come to retail or offices. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys. So unfortunately, I will not be streaming this week. My usual streaming schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then occasionally random days over the weekend. Unfortunately, I will not be streaming today because I am not in my hometown right now. So because of that, because I'm on vacation for like the first time in 3 months, I will not be streaming. I'm sorry. But I will be streaming on Thursday. Yeah, I'll be streaming on Thursday, and then the schedule will just pick up again. So I basically only miss like a day or two of streaming, so follow me over on Twitch.